I don't need him rapping like he got a woman.
I love her.
Go easy. Crazy in Love, episode 4 with Blueface and Chrisean Rock. So this episode starts off with Chrisean arriving back in town, and she decides that she's going to be outside tonight. Her and her homegirl, DJ Sky, they want to have them a night out on the town because Blueface is still out in Vegas, but of course, he's blowing up her phone in true male fashion. So her and her homegirl go out to the club. They have a good time. They twerking on each other, doing all what girls do in the club, kissing on each other. Now, one thing that caught my ear was the fact that Chrisean said she know Blueface ain't feeling her like that, which I was like, damn, so she knows. She said he loves her, but he don't like her. So then we cut to the next morning where the police is out at the house because she done bust him upside the head and he done knocked her upside the face. And of course, they trying to hash it out in front of the cameras. Now, somebody please tell me, why was Blueface draws on Inside Out? But anyway, he trying to get her to come out the car, telling her that she's a B and that he don't care that she's hurt, that he hurt too, and people only care about the woman being hurt and not the man. But it was definitely given that he was trying to get round 2 cracking in front of the cameras. So he come in the house and he's in there with his cousin, Tiny. Now, I don't know if that's his real cousin or that's just his cuz. So Chrisean's friend, come and, he's able to get her out the car. And shout out to Elle because he got her all the way together. He took off his glasses, gave them to her, and had her coming in the house looking like real domestic violence. She was definitely serving. I just got hands put on me and I'm not really trying to show my face. And Blueface was happy that she was in the house. So they sitting on the couch and they started going back and forth. Blueface was like really trying to get her to talk. And Chrisean was just like, you know what? Like, I really don't want to talk about it. What we talking about it for? Like she was acting like the man in the conversation. Like, oh my God, can we stop talking about it? And you could tell Blueface, he was just trying to complete the assignment for the cameras. Now, when she took them glasses off, whoo, child. And Blueface just, he was more concerned about his head like nothing had happened to her face. So Blueface kept telling her how she wants to act like a man, she don't want to act like a woman, and that she needs to pick a side and stop straddling the fence, that she acts too much like a man. And I was surprised, like, damn, he noticed? And just like a man, Chrisean was all up in his face trying to act like nothing happened, like, baby, give me kiss, trying to make light of the situation and laugh, like everything was okay. Then she started trying to pamper him. And, of course, he was doing like a real domestic violence victim and was letting her do it. So trying to get her to talk really wasn't getting him anywhere. So he decided to be like the stressed out victim. And of course, Chrisean, she was falling for it. She's all down on her knees, trying to make sure that he can see her face also while she manipulate him. Like, oh, baby, are you okay? Then she went and got the vacuum cleaner so she could vacuum the glass out of his head. So she goes and get the vacuum cleaner and proceeds to vacuum this man's head. Yes. Vacuum his head. So apparently what had happened was she called him out of his name. He got mad, grabbed her hand, and then she hit him upside the head with a bottle. So since the Dyson was a Dyson and the Hoover wasn't hoovering, they decided to hop in the car and head on over to the hospital. And of course, he's all laying all over her. Like she ain't just knock him upside his head and got glass all in his head. I mean, both of them, it's like, if Trauma Bond was a person, these two would be it. So they head over to the hospital and, they leave like pimp and hoe in hand. And he decided he didn't want to get any staples or stitches in his head. They have a little smoke session in a car and everything is like back to normal. So Whack 100, he pulls up to Blueface's house because, of course, they already on TMZ. And Chrisean's sitting in the house like, I'm waiting on my man. So Whack out here telling him some real stuff like you need to be focused. You need to think about your kids. Like this girl is too much of a distraction to you. We already got these cases open. You study getting the blogs on you. Like, come on now. You messing with my money. So Whack like, come to the studio tonight by yourself. We about to make some money. We about to get focused. Now, Chrisean up in the house talking some spooky-ish to herself in the mirror, talking about, hey, Quay, don't be letting them call you out your name. All right, shawty, if you do him again, bust him upside his head. What? So like a big dodo bird, Blueface pulls up to the studio with Chrisean. Now they got a whole full spread laid out. They up in there eating fried chicken, getting ready to get up in the studio to have a session. Now Chrisean, she goes up in the booth, and why was she reminding me of Tina Turner? Like they was really giving Ike and Tina Turner. Like they just had a fight and now they about to make some music. So Wack shows up and he like, what the hell? Like, why is she here? Like I told you not to bring her. He telling Chrisean, like, you a distraction. You ain't doing nothing but causing this man money. Like, he can't even rap the same when he around you. And Chrisean, she's like, well, I bring money. And Wack really don't want to hear that. And Blueface dumb stuff talking about, but I love her. So Chrisean and Wack go outside and have a conversation. And he basically telling her, like, you need to kick back. Like, everything you doing, putting your business out there, like, yeah, it's helping your career, but it's hurting his career. Low-key, Blueface really wasn't up on the map like that until Chrisean came up on the scene, but, that's neither here nor there. Chrisean really wasn't trying to hear anything that Wack was saying. It was like total disrespect, just as him being an older person that's like over your man's career. Like, she has zero respect for Wack. Wack was looking like he wanted to whack her upside her head. But at the same time, I was wondering, did Wack tell Blue in the beginning, like, yeah, you need to get on with her, because she could really help you get to the next level, get you some of that exposure that you lacking. And now that she done got him that exposure, Wack is like, man, this girl is a liability. Now, this episode really showed me that it's not just one of them that's the problem. It's both of them that's the problem, because Blueface is like, he is so easily manipulated by this girl. Like, she basically sent you to the hospital and you right back in her arms. The same way with her. It's like they want this type of relationship. One is just as bad for the other as the other is for the other. It's like Blueface was acting like a real masculine ish. Like, he gonna tell his cousin, like, if you want to fist fight, we can fist fight all day long. Like, she want to act like a man, she want to do that, then we can go nut to nut. Like, dude, are you serious? Then he gonna say, basically, if she can make out with girls, then he should be able to make out with girls also. Like, is this dude serious? This whole episode had me looking at both of them like, It was definitely giving Dumb and Dumber. So next week episode, Blueface talks to his mom and his sister, and it looks like they have a sit down with Chrisean and the sister, and then Blueface's whole family. Now, I believe that's his brother. He was so funny. He like, y'all gonna run up on old ladies and women and point to his mom. And then, of course, they want to have a little rumble and throw them bows. So now going back to Blueface and Chrisean's altercation, I was wondering, now, is this a learned behavior that Chrisean has from her parents, like seeing her father put hands on the mom and then turn around and want to play like makeup? I'm sorry, let me kiss and nurse your wounds that I've caused now. I mean, she was literally vacuuming the man's head. And Blueface had no problem playing the victim role. I mean, he was putting on the sad face, like he was so stressed out and sad and hurt and just doing the most. But just a couple of minutes ago, you was talking about going toe-to-toe and nut to nut and smacking her upside her head like it was okay. At this point, yeah, these two, they need to stay together, because we don't need to spread this type of toxicity throughout the world. We do not need to subject another man to this or another woman to this. They need to just keep that shit confined to themselves. Now, word on the street, word on Chrisean's Twitter account, they supposed to be getting married in October. So y'all get down in the comments and let me know, what did you think about this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? And also, are you here for them getting married? Do you think that's really going to happen in October? Maybe that'll be season 2. Now, I have what I assume is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I wonder, would Chrisean having a baby, would that change things between her and Blueface? Like, would that cause him to be a little bit more soft and compassionate to her? Would that kind of like slow her and all her antics down? Would that, like balance her hormones out? Because between all that crying and frustration and carrying on, it's giving much hormonal imbalance. Or God forbid, do you think it will make matters worse? I'm curious. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But until next time, bye.
Make a psycho, make a traffic psycho.